Und damit willkommen zurück zu The Great Ace Attorney Resource 2 Chronicles, meine Lieben. Dann starten wir hier mal wieder durch. Und dann, mein lieber Kaden, would I be right in saying that you knew that the so-called Asogi papers had the potential to make great waves of things? What the places are you here placing about? The will was found right on proper in the fella's cells where I said it would be. But how can that be where in this cell? We all searched the place from top to bottom. Well, yeah, didn't do a proper job. Yeah, pretty well good. You can't criticize me now. I showed it to you for. Did I know if you're on lower layer? Yes, you did. I have the document here. It's written in Japanese and reads: the last will and testament of Genshin Asogi, which means everything is as it should be. No, quiet, my lord. You see there's an undeniable consistent. What consistency? Mr. Asogi described this document as the only weapon he had left, and yet his will contains nothing of significance at all, nothing that would have given convicted any leverage. Are you suggesting, my learned friend, that the last will and testament stored at Barclay Prison all these years is actually a fake? As has clearly been demonstrated already, what went on Barclay Prison was far from above board. That last vilification by the defense was an affront to the entire British legal system. This absurd notion of a weapon is something for which we have only the former chief-warder's word. The man could quite easily be lying, or at the very least surely mistaken. What? No, I definitely heard him say that, I swear. Clearly we need to get to the bottom of this. We need to know exactly what happened with this so-called Asogi papers. A waste of time is the will with fake. Where is the real document? Mr. Mitchell was stabbed in the back of by the judiciary 10 years ago. He lost everything, very nearly his own life. And now you are going to do it again? You are ready to brand him a liar and turn your back on him without even letting him defend himself? It's clear that Barclay Prison. Oh boy. Oh Mann, oh Mann, oh Mann. Und mal aber wirklich fairerweise sagen, auch mal wirklich schön, das mal aus verschiedenen Positionen hier zu sehen, wie wir gerade auch gesehen hat. Also dementsprechend haben sie sich wirklich Mühe gegeben. What did you say? It großem, sehr, großem. You here are utterly blind to the truth. Very well then, let the witness testify again. Tell the court precisely what you think you saw of the convicted last will and testament. Yes, sir, my lord. Beschuldigt. The Asogi papers. As a water responsible for convent victims, I attended to Mr. Asogi and kept watch over the night after he was found guilty in court. He was doing something with that within the cell. He turned the cell inside out, looking for her or it after the execution, but to no avail. I only found out about the Asogi papers when a directive came telling me to import them. The document was in the folds of the fellow's robe that was left in the cell, a kimono, I think it's called. Also wüsste ich jetzt fairerweise mal wieder nicht, inwiefern da jetzt irgendwas davon ist. Also dementsprechend in his kimono? That is a lie. Ja, der hatte damals ein Kimono an. What the fuck? Also dementsprechend, ne? Also wirklich, wir search every inch into the man's cell. We look at through all his clothes. It can't be truth. Were you no satisfied recalling me? I have the once a year with Warfinger? There's nothing you can do about it now. You don't have any hold over me anymore. Nothing then he told you like to take on my carrot, of course. Is that what you are going to do, is it? Are you going to give me a good shake again? Are you too scared? Oh boy, little and large, what a double act. Oh boy, we complete with Asogi will as far as was possible. All of his personal effects were delivered to his family home in Japan as a courtesy to the homeland of the most notorious killer our country has ever seen. And we were much obligated. I can confirm that all my father's belongings arrived safely. And you can... Danny, the handwritten, is that your old man, eh? Yes, there's no doubt mistaken that it's my father's work. Really? And this last will and testament was the man's last weapon, was it? I think we can safely assume that the convict was merely pretendingly knowing that his end was nigh. So, counsel for the defense, your cross-examination, please. Dann wollen wir da mal wieder mal damit anfangen. Yes, my lord. Fairerweise bin ich dann vielleicht mal mit der 5. und der 6. anfangen, ey. Muss ich schon mal wirklich so sagen, weil... Ja, wie gefühlt... Dementsprechend... Das ist ja jetzt quasi wirklich so der Fall, muss man sagen. zumindest mit seiner 5. Ja, also, wie kommt er dann auf 6.? Keine Ahnung. Vielleicht macht er noch eine. Man weiß es ja nicht. Dementsprechend fangen wir mit an, weil das ist schon sehr merkwürdig, muss ich fairerweise sagen. In dieser Suggestion is there one heat brought with him when he was looked up? Yes, he was permitted to have his personal effects with him during his incarcerations, I understand. That's right. He was granted as much freedom as possible during the few days before his executions. Indeed, he had a number of items of personal significance, I remember. He was very recruited to part with him. Some books that Kino his sword. Karuma, the famous sword of the Sobi clan, bears the soul of my family. I don't doubt it, but wasn't really get at that. Forget it being the soul of the clan. Both men have had a more easily weapon. Has some respect for Yonosuke. Respectful silence. The warriors carry firearms at all times, and the Ementers have shackles around their necklace. He could not have hurt anybody. Why that thing? Still, he was around a sword, but no writing materials. He wrote that will before he came to stay with us at Berkeley, you see. Dr. Mikotoba was asked to bring the necessary Japanese writing implements to the prosecutor's office. A Suri ink, stone black, Sumi ink, and some Hanishi rice paper, no doubt. I was present when he wrote it, but I'm sorry to say the letters just looked like a squirming mass of yet black earthworms to me.
Excuse me.
Are you feeling a faint, Mr. Rachel? Mr. Rachel, sir? It was Scarlet, sir. Scarlet? What? Oh, I'm terrible sorry. I didn't mean to blurt it out like that. Oh boy. Less swearing and more explaining would be helpful. Is it something about the testimony we just heard? Have you recalled something of importance? Warum muss ich bei dem Wort eigentlich immer an Impotenz denken? Das ist mit bei dem hier ist, will ich immer Impotenz sagen, aber das gar nichts damit zu tun hat. Oh man, something of importance, possibly or possibly not. I'm unable to tell which way he's leaning, I'm afraid. My lord, the defense asked that Mr. Virgil be permitted to supplement his testimony with his possibly or possibly not important detail. Aber inwiefern bringt das uns jetzt etwas Promise? Brand, also dementsprechend. Oh, go ahead, Mr. Virtual. Das ist also yes, etwas Scarlet, aber yes, I remember it. The document was written in Scarlet ink, but perhaps I'm mistaken. Scarlet ink. Nee, der Autopsiebericht bringt uns gar nichts. Aber Autopsiebericht. Ich weiß nicht. Additional Notes. Recount Scarlet ink stains. Moment. Scarlet colored writing is what you said you thought you saw, Mr. Virgil. Ich will ja mal Virgil sagen, obwohl der Virgil heißt. Ich weiß auch nicht mehr, warum da so der voll eben ist. Dementsprechend, and I believe that's exactly what you did see. Oh. Here was again, you have no evidence to say that. Have a look at this report. Report? Was zum Bullshit lese ich eigentlich gerade? Have a look at this report. Junge, ich kann schon wirklich nicht vorlesen, muss man mal fairerweise sagen. That's my brother's autopsy report. Yes, there's something in here that bothers me since first it said scarlet colored ink stains were noted on the fingers of the victim's right hand. Yes, so does scarlet ink. I'm not familiar with the rapids of the British aristocracy, I've really admit it. But I vote Scarlet, I guess. That they don't. I don't all go around with ink stains on their fingers types, do you? Your wit is not appreciated. My brother was a well-bred and fastidious man. Showed ink have soiled his fingertips, he would have cleaned them immediately. What is your point, Consul? My point is this, whatever Lord Clint von Six, ich bin mal Lord von Six, oh boy, das weiß ich immer so der Fall war, I guess, was writing in that unusual colored ink. It must have been directly before his death, because he did before he had opportunity to clean his hand. What? I remember something troubled me at the time. At the sense the lid of my brother's ink was open. But was punctilious about such things, it seemed unusual, and no document banned in the color of the ink that was the inkwell was ever found. So the document that disappeared are suggesting that the document my father had in his hands that night in the cell was the same document that Lord Clint von Six was writing moments before his death. Then it was If Mr. Virtue's testimony is to believe it was can only mean then it. Mr. Virtue, sir, when you spotted Mr. Sogi with the document in his cell, his precise words there has fellows are were they not? Oh boy. Das brauche ich jetzt aber wirklich nicht mal, weil wir das ja später hatten, I guess. Only weapon I have no. Oh boy. As will in testament. If the conversation really did go as Mr. Virgil says, then what we know can completely change the meaning of what Mr. Sugi said. You really think Mr. Virgil did indeed see the convict with a will, but it was that it wasn't that of Genshin Asugi. It was the last will instead of Clint von Six. Now what?
Objection!
This is madness. My brother's last will instead testament. That would mean that he had chosen to die. That is what it would mean, yes. No, impossible. That is utterly out of the question. Sieht nicht so wirklich ernsthaft danach aus, muss man mal fairerweise sagen. Sagen wir mal so, wie es ist, Lord von Six. Und da ist so dieser typische, fairerweise Sachverhalt, wo ich davon eben gesprochen habe. Eben, dass das immer Lord von Six eben ist. Ja eben, Clint was personing the professor. It consumed him day and night. Whatever happened, he would never have abandoned his investigation before his conclusion, never. He wouldn't rest until the job was done, until the killer was caught. The idea that he would willingly accept his own death, it's obscene. And yet we can be sure that he was writing his will moments before his death, and that Genshin Asugi came to be in possession of such a document. So what could the will possibly have contained? Aber wieso habe ich das Gefühl, dass man nochmal den Ring irgendwie Beweis präsentieren müssen? Also das kommt schon, das wollt ihr jetzt nicht, nee, nicht euch entgehen lassen, oder? Clearly something that couldn't be made public under any circumstance whatsoever, because armed with the document, Father was able to negotiate with the judiciary for his life. It was something so damning that it promised the power that he is to enact the daring jailbreak lot. Yes, there can no question that the will contained information of the utmost secrecy. Information of some utmost secrecy. No, it couldn't be. Kann nicht möglich sein, oder? Wie was ist jetzt nicht, schon wieder nicht möglich, I guess. I have heard more than enough. Personally is notations of a phantom will nobody can attest to having seen service absolutely no purpose. No, my lord. That's unacceptable. What did you say, Consul? The last will and testament that Genshin Asugi and he had in his possession that was of Lord Clint von Six. All the testimony and evidence present to record has locally led us to the head that is a possibility. We have a duty to pursue the line of reasoning to its conclusion. Aber diese nennenswerte Conclusion machen wir erst am nächsten Part. Vielen Dank fürs Einschalten und bis zum nächsten Mal. Auf Wiedersehen, meine Lieben.